Hi everyone, it's Amanda here. So we're on day 4 of the Calm 8F series, just how to calm down, develop some emotional wellness and mental health support, and just a few things that you can do to relieve anxiety and lessen the effects of burnout and just stay happier and healthier. And it's with great delight that today I've got the amazing Mise White on board. And she is an Auryvedic guide. And we've met a couple of times, but we met recently at an amazing thing the girls and guys put on called Life's for Living. Some of you might have been there, so you may see her face from there. And just in Mise's presence, I just felt relaxed. She's just speaking to her just now just makes me feel calm, which is great because I just rushed here from work to jump on the call. So without further ado, say hi and who you are and how you got here and what is an Auryvedic guide?
Hi everyone, nice to be with you today. Okay, what is an Ayurvedic guide? Well, it is a title of my own design because I did travel to India a few years back, and when I came back I realized that Ayurveda is this wonderful life science that we have become so removed from the way that we used to live that we find it difficult to live like that now. And so I wanted to really bridge the gap. And so this is where the title came from my love for Ayurveda and the desire to help everybody realize that self-health is as easy as ABC. You just have to see it that way.
Absolutely. And as anyone who knows me knows, I'm all about the ABCs. And for me, it's airway, breathing, circulation. And that's my way of regulating my self-health, is seeing how I'm feeling. Did you say self-help or self-health?
Self-health.
And is that something you made up as well?
Because Ayurveda is about, it's a fully complete and complementary medicinal system. So it is actually scientific. And really it's teaching people to remember how to be at ease with themselves. We walk around with so much conditioning nowadays, we're not even aware of it. I'm still day in, day out realizing that actually I do that because my mother told me, or I do that because my grandfather told me. There's so much that I don't realize I've been taken out of my bliss state. And to give yourself self-health, to know how you feel and to know that you can regulate it yourself, has to be one of the greatest forms of love. Self-love is really what Ayurveda purports. It's knowing how to take care of you for you.
So beautiful. And so how do people that have never thought about self-health before, so for example, yesterday I had, the things in medicine for me go in waves. I'm sure in Auryveda you notice the same, like people getting the same complaints. And so many people were struggling from anxiety yesterday. I had a couple of calls where people were actually having physiological symptoms similar to a heart attack. They were, and I think the word anxiety attack or panic attack is actually grossly misunderstood, because in my experience it's a physiological illness, and saying it like that I think downplays it, and we should give it another name. But so maybe they've never really had time to think about self-health before, and they're starting to think, how do I look after me? What is this self-health? How do I develop it? What would be some of your key hints to get started? Where if say we're just having a conversation now, you can see I'm a bit like stressed and over anxious, and you just want to hug me and get me to calm down. And how would you prescribe self-health to me?
Okay, so these advices will be really general, because in Ayurveda we only work with the individual. Yeah. So, for example, to give you something specific for you, first I would have to get to know you and identify your characteristics. They are called doshas, and there are 3 of them. Usually nowadays we have 2 or more because our ancestors lived so badly for so long. They did such naughty things, Manda, naughty things, okay? So they made us by doshik. And this is a bit complicated, but in general, so you would need a consultation to confirm the doshas or to go online and fill in some of the forms. But in general, somebody who isn't sure where to begin needs to begin with something they love or like to do. Okay, it's very much an area of the world now where people are realizing that they maybe do need some help, and there are millions of books, there's thousands of websites, I don't know how many blogs. But in Ayurveda, we work with the positive, and we don't set anybody up to try and achieve something that they're not ready for. So what do you like to do first? I hear a lot of people saying, you know, Misha, I cannot sit and meditate. Okay, but what does meditation mean? Because there is a difference between Zen Buddhism, which is forcing yourself to sit there and just wait for the minds to let go. Or there are meditations where you feel well, but actually you're quite active. So we have the fantastic walking meditation here on the island. This is an amazing thing where you go off into the mountains and you just walk in silence. But this action, this rhythmic thing, it takes you into your breathing. And this is a fantastic way to start with the self-health. And really, that's the key. Find something for you that switches off your calculator, because this thing in here in the skull, this is a calculator. We're not supposed to think here, really. Yeah. This thing in the chest, that's where all the thinking happens. Oh, yes. Yeah, here, right here. So really, if people can find, first of all, how can they let go to discharge the energy? Because in discharging that energy, then they could feel their way to see, do they need help? Or is it more about actually they want to do something with food? Is it lifestyle where they are falling over and stumbling? Where are the barriers? Where are the shadows? So this would be the first thing. Ayurvedically, I would first of all advise you find out who you are, but if you can't, if you're just not able to, and when you're at sea, how are you going to do this? Rarely do you get contact to the internet. Yeah. So find the thing that's going to take you out of the brain, go into the body, go into the heart, go into your breathing, and then find your way from there. Then you'll get some clue as to what you need.
May I just ask, like, so when you say go into the heart, if I've never done that before, how do I do that? Like, you know, because I hear it and I think, well, I don't know what to do with that.
Okay. So, yeah, there's a lot of different ways, but the one that I like the most and I use the most myself is I find the happy moment as a child where I was safe, I was loved, I was protected. In that happy moment, that feeling of children are so good with this, that feeling they're going to burst. Oh, it's just so awesome. That feeling comes from the heart. When you get it, when you remember it, take yourself, imagine, go down into your chest and sit in your heart. And you can decorate it. I mean, I am very, very creative. Some people like to imagine the heart exactly as it is, as it's structured within the body. Yeah. Mine has got all sorts of glitter and purple flags and there's pink, and I dusted it and decorated it I don't know how many which ways. But it is good also to give yourself the physical contact. Put your hand over your heart when you need to feel this. Yeah. Let that rhythm come through into your hands and just remind yourself you are alive and you are so precious. And you did have that moment as a child, or that one happy time, and that's how it feels, and that's when you're in your heart.
I love that. I love that. And that's actually beautiful, because tomorrow on our 5-minute exercise, we were going to do a little bit of heart math, which actually just goes on a little bit more from what Misha's saying. So that's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
How cool.
So on here, what next?
Okay, so then find your way. Some people are very, they have so much energy, they're so full of energy that there is no point in my advising them to sit down for 13 minutes to do a meditation. This needs to be built up over a period of time. So go to what you know. What do you like to do? Find that activity and now make it a part of your routine or your sacred moment. A lot of the women I work with, we really work very closely with sacred moments. This is a phrase that I have from a beautiful colleague of mine, Lola from Granada. that women don't do this. We run around and we make moments, really special, beautiful, heartfelt, passionate moments for everyone, the children, the husband, even the dog, the cat, you know, special foods, little things. We do lovely little things. But you ask a woman, what did you do for yourself today? She will tell you, if she's really good, she would say at least she made a cup of tea, but most women didn't do anything.
Or if they made it, they didn't drink it.
Usually. And in Ayurveda, we are goddesses. We are divas in Ayurveda. Women are so appreciated and so loved and respected, esteemed. We are cherished and we are worshipped. And I love that every woman should make a sacred space, but everybody should have this moment. So a daily routine could effectively help that. Again, if you're on a boat or if you're working in the hotels, like at this time of year, creating a daily routine is chaos. You never know when you're going to have your moment. So find something that you can have in that moment. When you know that that's going to be your free space, don't lose that opportunity to be kind and to love yourself.
Amazing.
So going from the heart space, find the moment. It should be a treat. It should feel very loving and very comforting, like a grandparent or a parent hugging you. It maybe needs to be mindful. It needs to be present. It can't always be ice cream. Sorry. It can't always be, little things like that. That's not where I'm going with the self-love. What I mean is that it's something that you're going to benefit from, that the brain will calm down, that the body will relax, and that you just go back to the core center of being you. That's the trick.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing. And really you could actually do that like as soon as you wake up. If you just took a few minutes to put your hand on your heart, like Misha said, and feel the heartbeat, and then think of your favorite childhood memory where you feel warm and fuzzy. I mean, it could be that simple, right?
It can be so basic. The favorite phrase I have that anyone ever said to me about Ayurveda is, it's so easy, we make it complicated. It's almost like it's too simple for us to go through. It's like, no, there must be something difficult here. I'll find a way. It is that simple. It's just finding what works for you, because we all have this way of looking around at everybody else like, oh my God, they all got their acts together. They all know what they're doing. But who are they?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, they've got nothing to do with you. And here is where you need to mind your own business. Seriously, mind your own business. Yet you cannot be everyone else. Right. They can't be you. So how could you possibly look at anybody else and wonder, how is it she's managing? It has nothing to do with you, first of all. And second of all, you are so precious of yourself that although we are connected, what she's doing is what she's doing. Do what you're doing.
I think that is just such amazing advice for the guys listening today. The people that, it's so easy to take things personally, and or to then take that 5 minutes we have free and scroll on Instagram or Facebook and compare ourselves or think about. So, rather than think of that precious time you have, rather than wasting those thoughts thinking about what someone else is doing or how they might have upset you. Imagine if you can internalize that and use that time to create the space to go into your heart and have that warm, fuzzy feeling. Imagine what an impact and like how that could compound over time, to really give you purpose and more love. I love it's so simple. We could really overcomplicate it right now.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I could go on with more and more comments. It would get all cloudy and fuzzy, but that's the point, is it doesn't have to be that way. We are all human. We are all going through this 3-dimensional existence. And it's becoming apparent nowadays that we need self-health because we've gone through such a long period of time with not having it. Yeah. So now that we've got it, and now we've got people around us who are happy to help share these wonderful wisdoms, now could be a great time to do it. Even if, I realize there are people out there who are saying, like, I'm on a boat. I can't get all fuzzy with my heart first thing in the morning. I've got to be practical and logical in it. Okay, I get that, guys. All right. Then do something that even works for the cerebral level and do affirmations. I mean, people are doing them left, right, and center because they work. So pick the affirmations that you want, even if it's Ho'oponopono, where you go through the I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, I thank you. Find something that works, but get your self-health.
I love it. I love it. And if people want a bit more of a hand and they're really loving everything you say, like me, thank you so much. It's just I love your vibe and you make it seem so beautiful, and you just I just want to give you a big cuddle. So people want to you or have a like, how do you work? Do you do sessions?
Right.
Retreats?
Yeah. There's various things that are going on at the moment. My consultations I do for free because I don't diagnose illnesses. I will go and confirm the doshas for you. And from there, I can advise whether you need anything working on your lifestyle, if it is to do with your digestion, because calling it nutrition is a bit complicated. Nutritionists study food, and I study people. Directly the individual and how their digestion works. So that's a word we could use, but it's a bit different. And also, of course, I can help with any cooking that people are interested in, or the massage. In all instances, I will go to you or wherever the people are based, because I live in the middle of the island. It's a bit complicated to try and find me. It's in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I'm just surrounded by sheep.
Yeah.
So it could be more commodious if I go to them. And also very frequently seeing somebody in the area where they live, I pick up much more from their energy, and I can give a much more, because I do a lot of energy work as well. I have Reiki level 1. And I'm also pagan by religion. So yeah, the nature vibe, the energy works quite well. So the best way to get in contact with me is really by WhatsApp. It's the fastest way. I also have an email address, and everything you can find on Facebook. And also there is a website, Prasad, M for Mother, N for November.com.
So, and we will put all those links underneath this chat in when we share the movie as well. I'm intrigued. Can we just go back one sec? You said you prepare food. So if you found out my dosha was, say, Pitta, which we can check. We'll get you on another day and we can dive a bit deeper into this. But would you actually come to my house and cook? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I do, because it's all very well if I come to your house and cook for you, but I'm not teaching you anything if I do this. So what I would be doing is actually educating you and showing you how you will cook for you.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Yeah. And you do an Auryvedic massage as well at the same time?
Yes, the full medicinal one. So it's the medicated oils with the herbs. I bring the table. In the winter, I have an electric blanket. And I will insist on a warm space in the house in the winter because you cannot be cold. Yeah. It should usually be about an hour, but if you have Pitta or Vata, it could easily be up to an hour and a half. It depends how much energy I need to change.
Beautiful. Amazing. Wow. So yeah, thanks so much for coming on the show today. It's been so
wonderful. It's my pleasure.
And we're definitely going to catch up soon, but thanks so much. I think everyone's going to get so much out of this chat, and what a beautiful conversation. Thanks so much, Mise.
Very, very welcome, Amanda. Thank you for having me, and I hope this helps as many people as possible, because it's okay not to feel okay, but it's not okay to keep going around pulling happy out of your ass. So let's get self-health on the go, shall we?
It's about self-health. Let's make that a word that everyone knows. We never have to even question what that word means again. Next time it's like self-help, yeah, right? We're practicing it every minute of the day. So absolutely.
Okay. Thanks again, my friend. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Lots of love. Speak soon.
Okay. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.